r/askreddit, what's the most creative song lyric you've ever heard? Weird Al, 1 more minute. I'm stranded all alone, on the gas station of love, and I have to use the self-service pump. I listened to that as a kid so many times. Then one day, I listened to it again and it has a whole new meaning I never noticed. And then one day you find, 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run, you missed the starting gun. Pink Floyd, Time. And you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. An oldie but a goldie. I said I'm so happy I might die. She said drop dead, then left with another guy. Very similar. Is something wrong? She said. Of course there is. You're still alive. She said. Oh, do I deserve to be? Is that the question? And if so, who answers? They are sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Also from the same song, Son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes. But it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. The whole song TBH. The double entendre of he's talking with David, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life, is better imo. Will Smith don't gotta cuss in his raps to sell records, well I do, so fuck him and fuck you too. When I drink alone, I prefer to be by myself. If you must die, sweetheart, die knowing your life was my life's best part. Keaton Henson. I did not expect to find Keaton Henson in here, but damn am I happy about it. I was so ahead of the curve became a sphere. Fell behind all of my classmates and I ended up here. And from the same song, they told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential. I've had recurring nightmares that I was loved for who I am and missed the opportunity to be a better man. Hoodoo, Muse. You're so vain, you probably think this song is about you. And amp, #X200B. My brain ties itself in knots trying to figure that one out. It's so fucking clever. I love this song. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. Free will, Rush. There is unrest in the forest. Trouble with the trees. For the maples want more sunlight. And the oaks ignore their pleas. The trouble with the maples. And they're quite convinced they're right. They say the oaks are just too lofty. And they grab up all the light. But the oaks can't help their feelings. If they like the way they're made. And they wonder why the maples can't be happy in their shade. Eminem's gotta cuss in his rhymes to sell records, well me too. So fuck Will Smith. Bloodhound Gang. 1 for the money, 2 for the better green. 3,4 methylene dioxymethamphetamine. All out ale, MF Doom. Posting Doom is like cheating. Catch a throatful from the fire vocal. Ash and molten glass like Ejaf Yala Jagul. JJ Doom. Got more soul than a sock with a hole. I only play the games that I win at. And stay the same with more rhymes than there's ways to skin cats. As a matter of fact, let me rephrase. With more rhymes than ways to fillet felines these days. Hey. MF Doom. The man's pen was unbeatable. I know someday you'll have a beautiful life. I know you'll be a star in somebody else's sky. But why can't it be mine? Pearl Jam. This one gets me every time. Senior year of high school, my girlfriend and I had just broken up and I get out to my car, this song was playing on the radio. This line hit me like a ton of bricks. Especially because he's basically screaming it by the time he gets to what? Super raw. I'm the hip-hop hippopotamus. My lyrics are bottomless. And LT, awkward pause and GT. Yeah, some people say my lyrics are sexist, but you lovely bitches and hoes should know I'm trying to correct this. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. You think I give a fuck about a Grammy? Half of my critics can't even stomach me, let alone stand me. 2 bars later Wayne says woman of my dreams I don't sleep so I can't find her. He really went nuts on 6'7". Does anyone know where the love of God goes? When the waves turn the minutes to hours. Gordon Lightfoot, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. That entire song is poetry. My dick's an acronym cause it stands for you. And am, #X200B. \Eminem, tone deaf. You couldn't make the fans throw up their hands if they swallowed their fingers. Eminem, 313. I always thought diamonds are a girl's best friend had several instances of inspired lyrics. He's your guy when stocks are hot. But beware when they start to descend. It's then that those louses go back to their spouses. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. and but stiff back or stiff knees. You stand straight at Tiffany's. I love how the Bloodhound Gang make 7 nautical themed references one after another in the Bad Touch. Hieroglyphics? Let me be Pacific, I wanna be down in your South Seas. But I got this notion that the motion of your ocean means small craft advisory. So if I capsize on your thighs high tide, B5 you sunk my battleship. Every goddamned morning when I'm brewing coffee I think please turn me on, I'm Mr. Coffee with an automatic drip. I'm so ahead of my time my parents haven't met yet. Big L. Turn your tux red, I'm far from broke, got enough bread. And Mad Hose, ask Beavis, I get nothing but head. 98 Freestyle, Big L. You were a star until I served you like a bar and grill, Eminem. Doesn't seem remarkable until you realize we're a star until is a double entendre for restaurant. Unbelievably clever. Safe sex is great sex, better wear a latex, cause you don't want that late text, that I think I'm late text. Lil Wayne Lollipop Remix. Came here for this. In an interview, someone read this lyric to Wayne and he smirked and said I don't even remember saying that. Wayne wasn't even trying. Never talk to the cops, I don't speak pig Latin, Lil Wayne. Even the opening to Lollipop was amazing. I said he's so sweet make her wanna lick the rapper. So I let her lick the rapper. If we were vampires and death was a joke, we'd go out on the sidewalk and smoke. And laugh at all the lovers and their plans. I wouldn't feel the need to hold your hand. Maybe time running out is a gift. I'll work hard till the end of my shift. And give you every second I can find. And hope it isn't me who's left behind. Jason Isbell. The sun is the same in a relative way but you're older. Shorter of breath and 1 day closer to death. Time, Pink Floyd. Somebody once asked could I spare some change for gas? I need to get myself away from this place. I said, yup, what a concept. I could use a little fuel myself. And we could all use a little change. Well, unironically really good. I have a completely different understanding of these lyrics. I always thought he said more than just yup, he said yup, what a concept, I could use a little fuel myself, and we could all use a little change to the person asking for change, and then just left without giving them any change. Well, I know I'm a million times as humble as thou art. Amish Paradise. Rhymes, fits the theme, is a funny joke, flows nicely. And I do believe it's true. That there are roads left in both of our shoes. But if the silence takes you, then I hope it takes me too. So brown eyes I hold you near. Cause you're the only song I want to hear. A melody softly soaring through my atmosphere. Where soul meets body, X3. I knew I would see Death Cab on here if I scrolled long enough. Blues Traveler, look. They actively make fun of us for listening to meaningless lyrics as long as we love the hook. We won't even know what they're singing about, and we won't care. And they were right. It took me over 10 years to finally figure out they had me pegged. Dude, I came in here to write, it doesn't matter what I say, so long as I sing with inflection. Hearing is believing, music is deceiving. Hard as lightning, soft as candlelight. Dare you trust the music of the night? We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl. Year after year. I'll stare directly at the sun but never in the mirror. It's similar to Lily Allen's I'll look at the sun and I'll look in the mirror where she's talking about being famous. The Sun and Mirror are both tabloid newspaper in the UK who love paparazzi shots of celebs. Because between faith and reason I chose the latter, God gave me a brain and it would be an insult not to use it. Italian song, from the mighty Caparezza, talking about Giordano Bruno, the guy who was killed by the church because he had scientific ideas that didn't go well with the Bible. I am always amazed by Eminem's rhyme schemes which play out through the lyrics. I'm partial to the next line. I'm the pious guy the little M lets wanna be like on my knees day and night scoring points for the afterlife. I really like. These other cats ain't metaphorically where I'm at, man. I gave Bruce Wayne a Valium and said, settle ya fucking ass down. I'm ready for combat, man. Get it? Combat man. He literally asks his listeners if they understand his wordplay. It's awesome. He pulled the mirrors off his Cadillac. Cause he doesn't like it looking like he looks back. Elephant, Tame Impala. Yeah. And I'm talking to you but you already know who the fuck you are, Kelly. And am, hashtag X200B. Context, Eminem is dissing Machine Gun Kelly in his song Not Alike. When he says what you are, Kelly, it sounds like R. Kelly. A response to how MGK killed Eminem's 16-year-old daughter hot in a tweet. Eminem has loads of these. I like the one from the adventures of Moon Man and Slim. And GT, not even at half court, I'd miss, nah. And GT, I mouthwash, cause if I was on the floor, I'd swish. And when I let them carry me to a cemetery I wanna be buried with a pocket full of clarity. And if you're still breathing, you're the lucky ones. Cause most of us are heaving through corrupted lungs. Oily marks appear on walls. Where pleasure moments hung before. When all are one and one is all, yeah. To be a rock and not to roll. I've always loved John Denver. Annie's song has some beautiful similes that really hit differently if you experience them. You fill up my senses. Like a night in a forest. Like the mountains in springtime. Like a walk in the rain. Like a storm in the desert. Like a sleepy blue ocean. Some folk'll never eat a skunk, but then again some folk'll, like Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel. The brilliance of rhyming vocal with yokel is just too good. I had no idea there are others like me. I've never had a brain freeze, and sometimes people remark on how quickly I can consume freezy drinks. I hate the throat freezies, they hurt. Basically any of AL's lyrics could apply. He's a certified genius. I have pectus excavatum and was born with a third ear on my cheek. The third ear was removed with plastic surgery when I was a child, but now I have a patch on my cheek that can't grow facial hair. Let's go pectus excavatum squad. Used to be really insecure as my chest was so different to everyone else's, now I don't give a fuck as my wife and 3-year-old use it to rest their heads in and call it their snuggle spot.